Thank you so much for being here. I know it's Tuesday night, and I appreciate you spending some time with us. Before we get started, I will just do a quick round of introductions of our staff. My name is Matt Ellis. I'm the director of Key Club International. Most of our staff, or all of our staff, live here in Indianapolis. And with that, I will pass it over to Laura.
All right. I'm Laura Holloway. I'm the Key Club Program Specialist. In my 7th year here as in my role as a specialist. And before that, I was the a Key Club faculty advisor when I was a high school Spanish teacher.
Great. Michelle Schulten.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Michelle Schulten. I am the program director for Kiwanis Youth Programs. That includes Key Club, but also our Circle K International, Kids Builders, and Action Club. I really work to complement and lift up all 5 of our club lines. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Melissa.
Hello, I'm Melissa McMahon, and I am the Service Leadership Programs Education and Training Administrator. So I work with Key Club, CKI, Builders Club, and the other program lines on leadership development, education, and also youth protection training for our adults, volunteers.
Great. And I think I see Amy Boone Cox on.
You do. Hi, everyone. I'm Amy Boone Cox, and I work under Melissa as the SLP Education and Training Specialist. And so, like she said, we work with all 5 lines in youth protection and key leader and GLC classes. So it's nice to be here.
Great. I don't think there are any other staff on with us tonight, so we'll go ahead and just get started. One thing that is always interesting to us is if you will just put in the chat where you're located, city and state, or country even if necessary, and then how many years you've been in Key Club. This is always helpful for us as we go back and look at how we'll reposition this next year. It's helpful to us to know if we have more veteran advisors or more first-time or early advisors, just to know what kind of an audience we're getting. So if you'll drop that in the chat, that would be great. And in the meantime, then, we're going to go ahead and skip ahead. As I mentioned in sort of some small talk at the beginning, we've got Isabella Baldessari, our Key Club International President, and Luna Alawad, our Key Club International Vice President. And they have a few things for you tonight. We're not going to make them stay on the call the whole time, so we're going to put them up first and then let them get going. So Isabella and Luna, I turn it over to you.
Yeah, so I'll start off today. Hello, advisors. My name is Luna Alwad, and as Matt mentioned, I have the honor of serving as the Key Club International Vice President this year. So one of my jobs as Vice President is to chair the Global Relations Committee, and our biggest event of the year is fast approaching. So the Global Engagement Rally is celebrating its 6th year, will be taking place on November 8th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time and 8 a.m. Pacific Time. This is an online event that's dedicated to connecting members from across the world. And this year's theme is very exciting. It's called Bridges Across Borders, which kind of focuses on the broader pillar of advocacy. So members will get the opportunity to hear from inspiring speakers, create new connections through workshops, and at the end, win a district-wide prize at the end. So members can sign up to run workshops where they'll be sharing their knowledge, experience, and interactive activities with members from across the world. Now, workshop applications will be closing on October 10th. Your district leadership should have sent you an email about this, but when you do get that email, please make sure to share this with your members so they can submit their ideas and then represent their district and their club on the international stage. This event wouldn't be possible without our workshop presenters, so please make sure to send this out. Additionally, registration for this rally is now open until November 7th. Please help your districts to reach the highest percentage of attendees to win a shout out and extra points towards the International Distinguished District Award. Both workshop applications and registration are available on the Key Club International website with more information. So I hope to see you and your clubs there. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. One last thing, something else is fast approaching, and that is Key Club Week. Now, with Key Club Week taking place on November 3rd to 8th, now is the perfect time for advisors like you to start helping officers plan celebrations with their clubs. This week is a chance to spotlight the incredible work clubs are doing, and we encourage advisors to help their clubs make the most of this special week. Also, don't forget, as I mentioned before, the Global Engagement Rally will serve as the grand finale of Key Club Week. It's a powerful way to wrap up the celebration and connect with members from around the world. So we hope to see you guys celebrating Key Club Week and see you at the Global Engagement Rally. Thank you.
And I am Isabella Baldessari, your Key Club International president. It's an honor to be on this meeting with you all, and I have a few updates myself. So now that Luna has informed you on the Global Engagement Rally and the Global Relations Committee, I'd like to take a few minutes to highlight the hard work of some of our other committees. The Executive Committee, chaired by me, has been focused on strategic planning, ICON 2026, and developing exciting new incentives to support membership growth. Meanwhile, our Programs and Partners Committee, chaired by Grace Nelson, recently wrapped up a successful Give Voice Week, continues to collaborate with Thirst and other partners, and is preparing for YOF season. Finally, the Membership and Development Committee, chaired by Salsabil Eldib, has been busy launching a new membership campaign titled Key Conversations, something you'll be hearing more about in the weeks ahead. Now, it's time to start preparing for Key Club International Convention in Dallas, Texas. ICON is an incredible opportunity for both students and advisors to grow, connect, and celebrate service on a global scale. We encourage you to begin planning now to join us in Dallas. You won't want to miss it. As always, please don't hesitate to reach out to me with any questions or concerns. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Isabella. Isabella and Luna are doing a terrific job. We have a great group of trustees this year, and just been so pleased to be able to work with them and get to know them. I always like to pause just here really briefly. It's not often that we get the president and vice president in a room with the advisors. So if anyone has any questions for Isabella or Luna, or just want to make any comments, feel free to. Most people usually don't, but every once in a while we get one. So give you just a few minutes here if you have anything for them.
Is there any cost associated with the Global Engagement Rally?
Yeah, Luna, you want to take that?
Yeah, sure. So there is no cost associated with the Global Engagement Rally. It's simply just an online event. So all members from around the world can meet each other, and we can just kind of allow everyone to know how truly international Key Club is.
Great. Well, as I said, we're not going to make Isabella and Luna stay on this call. I know they have studying and probably other fun things they would like to do. So thanks so much for being with us tonight. We really appreciate it. All right, with that, we're going to send Isabella and Luna on their way. Thanks very much, ladies. Appreciate your time tonight. And this is a great conversation that we've gotten started. We'll have some additional time for Q&A depending on how these things go. We like to keep them to under 4 or 5 hours, but you never know. Sometimes they take longer. That's a joke. I'm just kidding. So we will try to move this along fairly quickly, though. But I think, these kind of conversations are really helpful to everyone. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Michelle Schulten.
All right. Just want to give a little bit of an update on our Key Club by the numbers. We really believe in the service leadership program that, we offer great programming at a great value, and we consistently talk about it and share it and get it out there, and that will equal growth and retention. We do need your help with that as well, and growing and retaining the members in your club is really important. I do just want to go through a little bit of where we are on the numbers today. So these are, the blue are our total new charters for the year. Oh, sorry, reactivations. Sorry, and the orange are new charters. As you can see, we've really climbed up on total charters and reactivations, and starting to come back down just a little bit. We did offer some discount for reactivations after COVID. So right now, you can reactivate a club. So if you are here and your club isn't active and they go into that inactive status for $25, you can reactivate the club. It used to be 100, so we have lowered that rate. But you can see after COVID, we really worked hard to get clubs reactivated, and we continue to charter new clubs. That orange line you can see continues to go up a little bit last year of a fall, but we're going to keep chartering new clubs and always looking for help with that as well. All right. This slide is really tracking our current membership numbers to 2018. And 2018 is kind of our benchmark of pre-COVID to see, how we're doing compared to before the pandemic hit. So as you can see, Key Club is there in the orange, and we are about 92.3% to where we were in 2018. That's really great. We are trying to get past where we were in 2018, but we are close. You can see our other club lines there. K Kids is there in the blue, is right behind. We've seen a lot of growth in K Kids. And then Builders Club in the green, Circle K in the dark blue. Matt, can you make sure people are seeing my slides? I'm not sure if everybody is seeing the slides.
Yeah, I see your slide.
Okay. All right. And then, oh, I see a thumbs up there. So, okay. So then the orange one is Key Club. Sorry, the purple one's the one that I didn't do yet, is Action Club. And Action Club is probably been the slowest, except for recently. They were the slowest right after COVID. They've really picked up in the last few years. And Circle K is coming in there strong this year, but they still have some growth to go. But you can see Key Club has really almost gotten back to where we are 2018. All right, we can go to the next one. So this is the current state of Key Club right now. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I can see my slides. Got stuff popping up in front of me here. You can see Action Club is in there, over 105%. K Kids is about the same. Builders Club is still coming in there. And Key Club, we are almost to 100 and I think that says, I got to take my glasses off and read a little closer, 105%. And then Circle K, we are literally about 20 members short of 100. So you can see really we're having a lot of great growth this year as well. So this is compared to last year's numbers. We're getting there. So some of you may have taken part in our surveys every year. We typically have done this around April. Surveys that go out to members and advisors. You don't have to, you can just raise your virtual hand if you've taken part in that survey. I'd like to share a little bit of information about what we're learning from that survey. This year, you'll see that the survey is going to be coming out a little bit earlier. We're going to try to collect data just a little bit earlier, maybe in February, so be out on the lookout. But really, some of the things that we're learning from that is 89% of our members say that Key Club has helped them grow. And that was also, in 2024. So it's a good percent. 96% agree that they have meaningful opportunities. That's up 85%, up from 85%, excuse me. 87% report that it helps them build friendships with other members. We do hear this a lot, that Key Club is a place where they feel like they belong, and it is a place where they find their people. So that is actually a really important aspect of Key Club that we like to talk about. That next bullet point reiterates that. 76% say that Key Club is where they truly belong. And then 94 believe their club welcomes all skills and backgrounds, which is great for a club because some clubs require academic or other requirements. Key Club doesn't require that. So we really are welcoming of all skill levels and backgrounds. And then 85% say that it made their high school experience better. We also hear from advisors that it helps with the culture of their school as well. All right. Some of the things that members value most. This is good to know when you are maybe advertising or trying to recruit members. They really value making an impact on their communities, so make sure you talk about that. They really love being involved, something meaningful during high school. They like to participate in community service. They like to contribute to something bigger and better, and they grow leadership skills. So I think these are some of the things to keep in mind when you are trying to grow your clubs. Go ahead. So they've also rated their clubs positively in a number of areas, but most of them feel like it provides an ideal balance of service, fun, leadership, and connection. There are a few things that students are looking more for, and we're going to spend some time trying to increase these opportunities. You could also think about increasing some of these opportunities in your own club, networking and community and business leaders, interacting with the local Kiwanis Club. Connecting members from other schools. How can you find some Key Club members in different schools and do service projects together? Travel to conventions or other events. And then working with our global nonprofits like UNICEF and Thirst. We'll talk a little bit more about those later. And then, if you haven't heard, which most of you I'm sure have, we are still celebrating our 100th anniversary, our 100th birthday all year long. Our birthday was in March, and we're going to keep on celebrating through convention this year. There are two things you can take part in. You can go to the next slide. We are doing a fundraiser, so you'll see a little bit more about this as the birthday comes out in March. We are asking folks to raise $101, and this will go to our YOF fund, which specifically helps fund clubs or service projects. So it's really a great way for your clubs to give back to Key Club and serve others in different communities. And then if you haven't ordered our international Key Club International book, 100th birthday, it's still on sale at the store, and we'll pop the website of the store in the chat. But it's I think about $40. It's really nice history. It'd make a great graduation gift for maybe the president of your club or so. But it's really a fun look back of Key Club for the past 100 years. So, all right, I think that's all I have right now. I'll pop on back later. I'll let Matt continue to talk about dues.
Great, thanks, Michelle. Seeing some people in the chat who are wanting more specific information. We're just about to launch into that, so just sit tight. We just wanted to give you a broad overview of where we're at internationally before we delve into some more specific club-related resources for you. So the first piece there is just to make sure you guys know the dues deadlines. Early bird dues deadline is November 1st. If you submit your rosters and pay your dues by November 1st, you'll be eligible for all kinds of prizes, including about an $800 value where you get a free hotel room for the duration of International Convention. The regular dues deadline is December the 1st, and then the late deadline is February 1st. At that point, your club will go into suspended status. Super easy to get them out. All you have to do is pay your dues and catch them up, but just wanted to make sure everybody is aware of those dues deadlines. All right, now we're going to, we've had some big changes at the international level, particularly with what used to be known as the Member Update Center. Laura is going to take us through Kiwanis Engage really quickly here.
Yeah. All right. So Kiwanis Engage is just go over the basics here to get you guys started. So what you'll need to do to get logged in for the first time is go to engage.kiwanis.org and just click forgot your password. It's going to prompt you to enter an email address. Just use the same email address that you used in the past. And you'll follow the steps to reset your password. Before we get too far into the dues payment process, if you do have questions or want a refresher later on, please bookmark this website. It's keyclub.org/dues-reporting, and it has step-by-step instructions from the very beginning of filling out your roster all the way down to the dues payment process. So I'll pause a second, just let you write that down. All right, so if you are feeling a little overwhelmed by the change in database here, don't worry. We've got some short training videos that walk you through everything. You'll just go to Kiwanis.org/Kiwanis-engage. It will prompt you to log in, and then you can go to learning resources for SLPs. And the video that I recommend you start with is actually called Finalize Roster and Generate Invoice. It goes through everything that you need to know. It's a great overview. So real quick, we'll take a quick, 1, 2, 3 ABC steps into the new membership update center. The first step is to be adding your Key Club officers. So it's similar to the way it was in the past, but you'll start with the club leadership roles menu on the left. You just update your contact information, especially the president, secretary, and treasurer. Once they are in, then you're going to be able to they will be able to help you with updating the rest of your club's roster. Next, we're going to go over the entire membership and then dues payment. So the best time to update this roster is now before November 1st. And the process is simple. First, you just delete the graduates or the members that are not returning, add new members, and generate an invoice. The most important note here is to not delete your entire roster each year. If you do, you lose your membership record, and the students could lose eligibility for some of the awards and scholarships that they can earn as they grow in Key Club. We also want to recommend using your students' personal email addresses over their schools. Most schools have an email system that blocks outside messages, and we want to make sure that your members get the communication through their email. We have monthly newsletters, and so that would be really important for them to get. So once you've added all of your members, you've generated an invoice, save your changes. After about 24 hours, you'll be able to view the invoice. You'll go to the Generate Invoice button. It will take you to the finance page where you can view it, and there's 2 payment methods. You can pay online with a credit card for both international and district dues, or you can pay by check for your dues. Either way, that works just fine. If you have any problems, or if you have to make changes right after you've generated that invoice, please email member services. The member services team email.
Do you want a drink or anything?
Sorry, I think somebody's not on mute. The member services email is memberservices, all one word, memberservices@kiwanis.org, and they'll help you out. So once everybody's into this database, they can access the Kiwanis Engage portal themselves and go to the Global Leadership Certificate courses. For new members, when a Key Club updates their roster with and adds brand new members and pays the invoice, we'll automatically send your club the new member package, which includes the official lapel pin, ID card, and a new member handbook. But if you do add them after our deadline of December 1st, then we will just wait until you finish adding members and then ship on the following dates that are on your screen. So don't worry if you don't receive that new member package right away after December 1st. Now that you've got your membership all up to date, let's talk about the fun stuff, growing your club. So we have a ton of great recruitment resources available already for you. I saw a lot of new advisors on here, so these may be some of the resources that you want to go to at this time. with your clubs. So there's a couple links on your screen. The link on the left is this webinar's guide. So it's keyclub.org/fall-advisor-webinar. And it gives you a copy of this presentation, an outline of all the topics that we're covering here for you to go back to. The link on the right-hand side of the screen, keyclub.org/key-club-fall-resources, has a lot of the things that you might want to use to kick off the year, get started here. And if you have any questions as we go through, we're going to fly through some of these resources right now. Just send us an email. My email is keyclubinfo@kiwanis.org. That'll go straight to me. And you can also just reply to the newsletter that you get. It goes to a human. It's not a no reply. So let's just take a look at what we get a little bit of a preview. Let's talk about the officer guides. Now, normally, you're going to want to use these in the spring, in the months of February through May, for officer training. But I would encourage your officers to check back on these books regularly. They are valuable resources, and they're online, so they can't lose them. We also have an advisor guide for you online, so you can't lose it. This has tons of helpful information. I think the most helpful for new advisors is a monthly checklist. Make sure you don't miss anything. There's tips for working with your Kiwanis club and just ways to help you with your student leaders. You can find this at keyclub.org/advisor education. But we can provide a printed copy if you need it. That you just email member services and we'll ship that to you if that's what you need. So member services at kiwanis.org. So the best here that I would have to say is got to be the online training courses. So while this webinar really is an overview of the things that you have available as an advisor, these training courses get into those questions that you were asking at the beginning here about how to help your officers, help your club grow. So whether you're brand new or if you're returning and you just need a refresher, this is kind of an easy to access training course. They're about 20 minutes and they go a little bit beyond what we have in the handbook with practical tools and resources. So let's take a look at how you can access these courses. It is on the Engage portal. So to get to this, you go to engage.kiwanis.org and log in. And then on the left-hand menu, you'll click Education and select the courses that are titled SLP Club Leadership. And a new tab will open. It will take you to our learning portal, which is called Crowd Wisdom. So it'll open in a different window. It may ask you to accept a privacy policy, but all of your data and your members' data is all secure. It never goes outside of our system. So as an advisor, you're going to be automatically enrolled into the two courses for Key Club advisors. That's an introductory to service leadership programs and a Key Club Advisor 101. So a quick heads up, though, that we are going to offer a youth protection policy training for the International Convention chaperones. That's going to come out in this spring. And it is required for anyone who's going to chaperone the Key Club International Convention in Dallas. So just keep an eye out for that. And next, I will pass it back to Matt.
Laura, just a quick couple of questions here. Regarding Kiwanis Engaged, does the Kiwanis advisor have the same access as the faculty advisor?
Yes, if they are listed on the roster as an advisor for your club, then you'll both have access to Kiwanis Engage, equal access. If you find out that you're not maybe you're a new advisor, maybe you're trying to add a co-advisor, then you can either email member services or the secretary of the sponsoring Kiwanis Club. That secretary has full access to add advisors and ensure that you have access to this.
And
Any
then
other?
I was answering another chat, so I'm not sure what question this is, but do we have a printed copy for the students and leaders too? I think that was maybe for the membership handbooks
Officer
or
guides, I think.
officer guides.
For the officer guides, we have moved those completely digitally. So those are available online. For the advisor guide, which is it's a pretty sizable booklet that is available in print if that's what you need. New members, brand new for the first year, they get a paper booklet with that shipment. We are trying to reduce costs and be more environmentally sustainable with our resources.
And some materials you can order from the store as well. Just go into the Key Club section, and I think it's under literature, and there we have a variety of things in there as well. And then finally, I see a comment about dues are routinely a tricky issue for students. Any material that we can provide to outline and promote the benefits of paid membership would be helpful. Sure thing. We have some resources on the website, mostly on those dues pages. I'll make sure they were updated with the graphics that show where your international member dollars go. It's important to remember that when you pay your dues, $10 of it goes to international. The rest goes to either districts or clubs. All right.
In the new member handbook, there is a page that breaks that down and tells members what they are getting with their membership dues. So that new member handbook is a resource to use.
Great, perfect. All right, let's go ahead and move forward then. I'm going to talk just really briefly about our UNICEF initiative, Start Strong Zambia. This is something that October starts tomorrow. So Trick or Treat for UNICEF is a program that we have participated in for over 30 years now. And you can scan that QR code. You can also go to keyclub.org/Zambia. And Laura, if you'll go to the next slide really quickly. Yeah, so this is a video. I and Michelle Shilton had the honor of taking 3 of our trustees last year to Zambia to see firsthand how the dollars that our Key Clubs raise are being used in Zambia. And I'll just let the video speak for itself at the moment, and then we'll...
And today, Key Club is doing even more to change the world with Start Strong Zambia. Your participation in Key Club, your hard work, your fundraising through Trick or Treat for UNICEF year after year, they're all helping to build community gathering places called Insakas. Each hub includes learning spaces for children, a playground, a community kitchen, and a vegetable garden. But don't take it from us. Take it from your fellow Key Club members who just visited Zambia.
My favorite visit was definitely the Insakas that we visited on Tuesday. So Insakas are the main works that we do with Key Club and UNICEF, so it was wonderful to see the work.
It was truly fantastic. It was so enlightening to get to see the conditions, the solutions that are being found for the things that are happening in Zambia, and so it was so great to work with UNICEF.
A message I'd like to share to Key Club members is that your impact and the work that you've been doing within your clubs and within your districts, there is an output. You're changing people's lives every single day, whether it be here in Zambia or whether it be in your respective communities.
From all of us at UNICEF USA to each and every Key Club member, thank you for over 30 years of changing the world for children together. And happy 100th birthday! We can't wait to see what else UNICEF and Key Club will do in the next 100 years.
I can't tell you just how important those Insakas are to those local residents. You know, Zambia is largely very rural in places, and they don't have access to proper nutrition, proper health care, and childcare, education, all that stuff. And we're able to help provide those in a central place. So all of the money that your clubs raise for UNICEF goes directly to build and support those Insakas. So please consider participating in Trick or Treat for UNICEF. You can order those Trick or Treat for UNICEF boxes right on the Kiwanis store. You can just search for UNICEF and it'll pop right up. Is that video on the international Instagram? I think it's on our YouTube channel. It may also be on the Instagram, but certainly we'll make sure that a link is available.
Yeah, it's on keyclub.org/Zambia at the bottom of that page.
Perfect. Thank you, Laura. All right, that's all for the UNICEF. And now I'm going to turn it over to Melissa McMahon. Melissa.
Hi. It's great that everyone is so excited and that are on tonight to see so many over, almost 140 advisors on tonight. Thanks so much. So what I'm going to talk about is some, as Laura talked about, officer guides and materials that are available for your club members who are in the roles already. I'm going to share a little bit about some of the leadership development opportunities that maybe younger freshmen, sophomore, juniors may be interested in completing some opportunities. So if you go to the next slide, we're going to talk about the Global Leadership Certificate. So how many, if you raise your hand, the virtual hand, how many have heard of the Global Leadership Certificate? Okay, so I'm excited to share. Oh, great. Thanks, Daryl. The leadership development and member education. So our Global Leadership Certificate is an online leadership development catalog of courses and that are thoughtfully designed around our core Key Club values and around fellowship, leadership, and service. So these are self-paced modules that allow students to learn in a flexible and accessible way, while advisors have the ability to view or audit the courses to support their members in growth. So each module includes a downloadable PDF handout, also features a video that is given by a past international board member, and there's also some reflection questions or maybe an assessment or quiz, but they are geared around being able to take these at your students, your members' convenience. We know that they're busy high schoolers, but if they're looking for additional opportunities for learning and growing in leadership skills, whether that's soft skills or hard skills, this is a great opportunity. So if you go to the next.
Melissa, I just see Stephen Finch has his hand raised in the chat. I'm not sure if that was just a response to the previous, but if you could just drop your questions in the chat, we will go ahead and get to those. Melissa, I do see one question about, is it free?
Yes, this is included. This is free to, it's part of the membership dues. And I'll get into how to access it and just share a little bit more about what it is. So if you go to the next slide. So there are 40 different courses, and each of those courses are grouped into leadership competencies. So as we built this, we're thinking about building career and personal development skills. So we've grouped them around topics like inclusion, connection, empathy, vision, critical thinking, even civic engagement, and how to be a change agent in their community, meaning like how do they make an impact in their community. And so if you go to the next slide, we have an example of how they're kind of organized. And like, so for example, within the competency of connection, inclusion, and empathy, we have some courses about building meaningful relationships. So whether that's a meaningful relationship within their Key Club or even in their community, or the value of networking, how sometimes high school students, they're getting into how to network. So these different courses, or this particular course, would give them some examples. So one fun idea is to complete the courses as a club, maybe like kind of like a book club, but have discussion, maybe a number of the courses. Maybe before an officer training, you could have like strategic thinking course, or you could have some other different courses that you could do together or ask the students to complete on their own. And then if you go to the next slide, it shows how the students and the members and yourself can access the course. So as Laura had mentioned earlier that Kiwanis, the engage.kiwanis.org, in the individual profile, whether that's you or the student. So students have access to Engage as well once their personal email is in there from the roster. They can go to the education page, and then at the bottom there is a page that says for global leadership certificate. So they would click on that, and then it would open up and it would take them to their dashboard in that new our learning portal, which is Crowd Wisdom. And then they would click on the orange button to enroll in the Key Leader, the Global Leadership Certificate library of courses. And so on the right hand side is just an example of how there's 5 courses that are grouped together under connection. And so then they could take those courses. And we have some data that is as of 8/31. So we'll start doing our next round of reports at the end of September. But here's just a snapshot of how many courses have been completed, and also how many students have completed all 40 courses. And we're really excited. So we're going to be going on in Dallas at Icon. It'll be our 4th year that we've offered a master class. So those students who have completed coursework also get the opportunity to do an in-depth interactive coursework at Icon that they can apply for, and we'll have more information when Icon registration is out. But we just really encourage you, if you're not familiar, if you are able to log in and look around and share this information with your club members. So when we've done the student survey, we've asked members if they know what the GLC is, and this is one way. A lot of them haven't heard about the GLC or about these leadership development courses. So we would definitely recommend, or we'd appreciate if you could share this with your club members. And then for Key Leader, many of you are probably familiar with Key Leader. It's been around for almost 20 years. So this is another leadership opportunity that we offer, that districts, Kiwanis districts or clubs around North America, primarily in the US and Canada, host transformative leadership experiences. They're a Friday through a Sunday weekend type retreat. They're typically at a campsite setting. This new year, or in this new program year, starting in October, we have refreshed the curriculum. And so we're really excited to provide that for our key leader participants. We also, coming soon, we've piloted a single day event, and we are going to do another pilot, and then we hope to bring that to all over the country, so that the training and the curriculum of Key Leader, talking about leadership principles, that they can be it can be held maybe at a school or a community center, all in one day, maybe like from 8:30 to 4:30. For those locations that maybe schools that can't get to that weekend event, or maybe they have a district hosts a weekend event, but they really like the curriculum and they want to host it in different parts of their district. So here is just some of the things that have changed just related to the competencies, but for the most, the general area or the general agenda is still the same. And if you go to the next slide, I just want to promote those events that are coming up in the next month, and then also those that are in the spring. And I actually just got a phone call today of another Kiwanis district that's interested in hosting one. So we're gonna, I'll reach out to them, and if you or your district or your club is interested in hosting a Key Leader event, we do have more information on our keyleader.org website. And you can always reach out to, on the next slide, myself and Amy Boone Cox, or email us at thekeyleader@kiwanis.org, and we're happy to share more information. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. All right. Thank you, Melissa. Well, we've got another exciting opportunity to share with you, the Youth Opportunities Fund grant, or the YOF grant, we call it. This grant helps your club make a bigger impact with their service projects specifically. The next deadline is coming up. Write this down. October 15th is the deadline to apply for this grant at 11:59 p.m. Eastern or 8:59 p.m. Pacific time. And you can find the application and resources at the website at keyclub.org/YOF. Even if your club doesn't get the grant, which is a little disappointing, I think the process is still a great learning experience for your students. This will help them practice planning out a project, setting up a budget, collaborating with community partners, and I think just working together. So let's go over some tips that can help you help your club. So successful applications are going to include clear research in the community about the community's needs. And you get bonus points if you can share statistics or data specific to your community's problems and needs. A solid timetable and budget sheet. And these two things kind of paint a picture for what project you're doing, what impact you're going to make in the community. And I think that those are some things that you can specifically help out in your role as an advisor. Another thing to do is suggest that they have someone from outside of your club or your community review the application just to make sure it's clear from an outsider's perspective without the terms that refer to something local or acronyms that we may not understand. Here's some do's and don'ts. Keep these in mind. Do work closely with your students. It should be a team effort, not one person, including you, is going to do this whole process. Don't wait until the last minute. Please don't tell your members not to do that. They can start it and save their progress on the application portal. Do walk your students through the community needs assessment and budget sheet. There are examples on keyclub.org/YOF where you can just see what that could look like. Let's take a look at the timeline for applying. So there are the application is open now. It opens just after our international convention, closes October 15th. The decision will be shared in late November. And then if your club gets the grant, then you as an advisor must sign a letter of agreement to receive the funds. And the funds can be sent to your school, to your Key Club, to your sponsoring Kiwanis Club, but it just cannot be sent to an individual. And then you have 1 year to complete the project. And so the final report that includes all of the receipts that you made with the purchases are due December 31st. So if you apply here in October 2025, the deadline will be December 31st, 2026. And the application and all of the information that I just shared is on the website at keyclub.org/YOF. Next, I think I'll pass it right back to Melissa.
Thanks, Laura. As an advisor, you have a vital role to play in protecting our youth in Key Club. And so Kiwanis has a commitment to abuse prevention and risk management from club level to the international board. So Key Club members are counting on us to provide educational and fun experience so they can grow in leadership, service, and general life skills. And the foundation for that is safety. So as volunteers in after school or off-ground school programming and sometimes overnight events, there are opportunities where there are one-on-one or private situations that occur. And typically that's when abuse can occur in private spaces like one-on-one. So Kiwanis has some youth protection policies, and we're going to highlight a few of those. If you go to the next slide. Kiwanis aims to protect, educate, engage all Kiwanis members, youth and adult, so that we prevent, intervene, and respond to physical, sexual, mental health, or abuse and neglect. So Kiwanis, in our bylaws and policies, as well as our trainings, we aim to provide opportunities so that we are destigmatizing abuse, and so that everyone knows what to be held accountable to. And on the next slide, you'll see that Kiwanis has a youth protection policy document that you can go to our kiwanis.org/youth protection website. So this is a great thing to share with your club members starting October 1st on an annual basis. The requirement that Kiwanis clubs review the policies on an annual basis, just to refresh, just to remind everyone. That is a requirement. We also have our website has various different resources. If you have questions about training or how to do training for your club, we actually have a web page that links off of the youth protection page. We just recently updated our slide deck, so now that it is only about 15 to 20 minutes instead of 60 minutes, so that hopefully it'll be easier to play at a club meeting. We also have a recording and also a facilitator guide that is new. And we'll be sharing this information next week is Youth Protection Week, when Kiwanis actually we have some webinars scheduled in the evening, and you can go to the link on our webpage for Youth Protection Week. So in addition to Kiwanis specific policy, there's also some abuse prevention general trainings that we ask our advisors and our chaperones, whether they're member or non-member, through Presidium Academy, who's our online learning portal. So on the next slide, another key policy that we have with youth protection is background checks. So we currently are using Safe Visitor Solutions for our Kiwanis background checks, and SLP advisors, whether they're Kiwanis advisors, they are required chaperones if they're going to be off-school premises district administrators. And then for faculty advisors, if they're going to be off-school grounds, then they are required to have a Kiwanis background check. If they are just staying on school grounds, then the background check that their school administrators require is sufficient. Background checks are good for 2 years. And they are, for advisors, the cost is $35. However, for chaperones, general members, it may be a slightly different cost, just varying on where you're located, local, county, and state. And then also in California, there is a different fingerprinting based off of California's law. So there are different processes for that, and there's more information on our website that you can find. And if you go to the next slide, how do I check to see if when my background check expires? So we're really excited with the new Kiwanis Engage. On your Me page, as soon as you log in your dashboard, it actually says what the date of your background check expiration, like it's good through 2026, 2025. And also you're able to self-initiate by clicking that link. And that you're able to get the process started. Now, for those of you who are advisors, it's automatically your status is actually based on your status that $35 is linked to. If you are a new advisor starting October 1, want to make sure that your local club or even your in the club portal that shows that you're an advisor. And if you go to, and I would say that for our international clubs and international members, there is a different process, and we ask that you contact, we have the information on our website, but you can also email backgroundchecks@kiwanis.org for more information. So again, as you're doing your service projects, either in the school system or off school grounds, or if you're doing K-family events, if there are any troubling behaviors, whether it's student to student or adult to Key Club member. It's really important. If you hear or you see something, we ask that you speak up and report and say something. So reporting or saying something when you see concerning behavior could prevent further harm and save other youth from abuse. And on the next slide, we kind of walk through what those action steps are. How do I report troubling behavior? Immediately stop the abuse or the inappropriate behavior, whether that is, again, between an adult and a youth or youth to youth, separating the youth from the accused, contact the event leader if that's not you, and decide who is going to report. Depending on the actions, the incident, the allegations, we always say if it is illegal in nature or harmful or dangerous, to contact and follow your local, state, or province laws to report, any child abuse. If it is policy violation, a Key Club policy violation, or any kind of inappropriate behavior, we also ask that you contact our Youth Protection Helpline at 866-607-SAFE. So I recommend once you get the PowerPoint or take a picture of this and put the helpline in your phone, so that we ask that you contact the helpline sooner rather than later. Even if you have had a conversation maybe with your local Kiwanis Club or others at the school system, we still want to know about it for our own liability purposes. But we also want to, enable you to speak up and to report if you see anything that could be troubling. And then on the next slide, as I mentioned, we have our background checks at Kiwanis.org. So Jenny, our background check specialist, answers your questions about status or processing. And then the youth protection email, youthprotection@Kiwanis.org. If you are looking for how to access our youth protection training or our Presidium Academy learning portal, you're having some trouble logging in, email us there, and Amy and I will be happy to assist you. And that's all I have.
Great, thank you. Laura, could you go to the next slide? Patricia, you have a question?
I think you're on mute, Patricia.
Laura, can you go to the next slide? Let's see here. Patricia, if you'll just type that message in the chat, we'll get that question answered. But in the meantime, I'm going to have Michelle Shilton go ahead with alumni.
All right, just want to remind you all that we have a very robust Key Club International Alumni Network. If you were an alum of Key Club, feel free to raise your digital hand so you can we can get an idea of how many alumni we have. If you have not registered to be on our alumni network, I think the next slide or this one has a QR code on it. So you can get your phone out and you can register to join the alumni network. It's a great way to connect with previous alum. It's a great way to make networking. We do encourage your Key Club seniors, once they turn 18, that they can join the network and maybe try to connect with folks at universities or job shadows or anything like that. But it's definitely a great opportunity for you all and your students. So I think that's about it.
All right, Laura, anything on the next slide?
Just a big thank you.
Just a big thank you. Great. All right, I'm gonna remind you all that the best place to get your questions answered is from other advisors. We as staff certainly come across a lot of questions and answers from time to time, but you all are each other's best resources. And just to remind you that there is a Facebook group for advisors that you all can join. It's very, very, very lightly moderated. So this is not, staff check in on it once in a while, but it's not like we monitor it all the time. But you can certainly jump into that Facebook group, ask your fellow advisors questions, ask them for advice, suggestions, let them know some cool things you're doing. It's a great place to share ideas and get ideas from others. It always seems like it's a very active group, so please feel free to join that group and make sure you take advantage of your fellow advisors' knowledge, because again, they probably have seen more specific to your circumstances than we as staff have. I do want to let you know one more thing. We are in the process of developing a brand new website. I know that our current website is not the best, and we are working to fix that. We are rebuilding a brand new website from the ground up. So we are working on that, and it's some months away. I don't want to suggest that it will be released anytime in the next month or so, but I just want you to know that we are working hard on it, and I think you're going to be very happy with it when it gets released. All right. With that, that's all we have. Thank you very much for spending your evening with us. We really appreciate it. Feel free to email Laura or me anytime you have any questions. Be happy to get right back to you. Our email addresses are not difficult to find, but mellis@kiwanis.org, lholloway@kiwanis.org. Might notice that's our first initial and last name. And I just dropped those in the chat. So that's it. Thank you very much.